Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. So today we are back in Appaloosa Plains. I know guys, and it is a community lot. You're welcome. We're actually starting with the hospital, and yeah, I really love how this turns out. I keep the lot as it is, so it uses this rabbit hole, and I use this tile here. And the squares around the edge stay there. They go around the whole part of the lot, and yeah, it's not just gonna be a hospital guys. I do change it. It's gonna be a hospital and cafe. I want to say like an internet cafe kind of thing, because when you go to the hospital lots, I always find like, what's your Sims gonna do? Like, I want something for your Sims to do. I want them to be able to, it's going to be like a multifunctional lot, if that makes sense. So I don't change like too much, if that makes sense. So these bits that have the, what's it called, that have like the flower beds, they stay, but the rest excuse me, and then where the parking lot is, I get rid of it and I make it a lot smaller. And then right at the very back you've got the cafe. I did try and put in a hexagonal bit here, but I do get rid of that, and that is where the cafe goes. So yeah, I do apologise about my voice. My voice is almost gone and I keep coughing, so yeah, this is my fourth voiceover today and my voice is pretty much shot. So I do apologise that I sound extra croaky today, but yeah, I just really wanted to get this voiced over so I can go back and do lots more building. I've been building non-stop guys. I don't know what's got into me, but building bugs there, and I'm taking full advantage of this. And yeah, so originally there was a a fountain here originally, and it was sort of like above ground. I didn't like how it looked, so I've put it below ground, and I just put this like shrubbery around it, and just made it look a little bit nicer. And I do put some seating around it, and I do put a couple of chess tables so your Sims has something to do if they don't want to go in the cafe and they just want to be outside. Because I don't know about you, but when I am at a hospital, there tends to be like tons of people. I don't know why, like, because it's a lot, like it's a rabbit hole. Why is there loads of people? And yeah, so I'm also doing the landscaping on camera. I'm sorry if it's making you dizzy, because I do tend to go round and round and round and round and round, but as you can see, there is no thought process between my landscape what am I trying to say? There's no thought process behind the way that I landscape, if that makes sense. I literally just do it. So yeah, if you haven't seen like my build with me, I do talk a little bit more about how I landscape and why I landscape the way I do. But yeah, and here I am just popping in where I wanted some some flower beds. Wow, I can't talk tonight guys, sorry, I am quite tired, so I do apologise. It's like 10 to 9 at night, like it's not late or anything, but I can't talk. But as I said, I have done 4 other voiceovers, so my voice is gone, my brain is gone, and yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with it, unfortunately. And in the centre I did want to put another fountain, but it just wasn't like going into the ground, so I just used this one here. I can't remember what pack that comes with, but yeah, so I just put some seating in here. I don't actually know if your Sims can get into that bit. I'm guessing they can, because there was stuff in there originally. There might even be like an archway where your Sims can walk through. I cannot remember. I'd done this renovation like, I want to say like a week and a half ago, and I've already forgotten. So yeah, I do apologise. Just popping in some lighting because we need that light in, and yeah, I think we very shortly we go on and start doing the internet cafe. I didn't know what I wanted to put over on that part of the lot originally, just because it's so big. I don't want it to just be a like a what's it called? I can't talk. A parking lot, because what's the point in that? It's just a load of wasted space, and your Sims like park their cars, and that is it. So I do put in these 5 parking spaces, and I do bring them over a little bit, and then that's pretty much it for the parking lot. and I do change the colour of it, so that's what I'm now doing, and I do make a bit of a diagonal, and yeah, my voice is going already, guys. This is not a good sign. I do change the colour of it, and I just sort of make it a little bit darker just so it stands out, and just make this, like, I like using that, I don't even know what you'd call it, it's not like a fence, it's in the fence category, but it's not a fence because your Sims can like walk over it. But I really like using it, and I like using it like between kitchens and the rest of the house as well. So this is the overall shape of the cafe. There is an upstairs and downstairs, or yeah, there's 2 stories or 1 story, however you want to say it, because in the UK you have a ground floor and then your first floor, but I think in America you have a first and a second. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know. So yeah, going off on a tangent there. So this is what it's, the overall shape is slightly different to how I would normally do it, but I really like how it looks. And as you can see, next door is the fire station. Let me know what you'd like to see next, like the next renovation. I've probably already done it, but what you'd like me to renovate, like upcoming, if that makes sense, because I'm well ahead of schedule. Like, this is not going to be due to come out until the end of August, beginning of September, and I'm going away in September. I'm going on holiday, and if it's anything like last time, I came back with COVID, and I do not want to come back with COVID again, because that was awful, people. I felt awful, and I don't have COVID now. I've just got a cold, which my lovely son gave me, and yeah, we've been playing out in the garden today, and he kept falling over, bless him. He's not very coordinated. I think he's got, if he was a sim, he'd have the clumsy trait, because I also would have the clumsy trait, because your girl isn't coordinated, and I'm probably like the most uncoordinated person you'll ever come across. So yeah, he's got that trait from me, bless him. But he fell over and he smacked his teeth on the concrete, and I felt awful, like so awful, and he was crying and screaming, and yeah, we were just playing with the ball, but we came inside in the end because he just kept hurting himself, and I didn't want to like end up having to go to hospital because he hurt himself so bad. But yeah, I'm just going to keep coughing, so I really do apologise. Hopefully I remember to at least mute them or make them a lot quieter for you, because yeah, this is, as I said, this is my 4th voiceover, so yeah, my voice is struggling. I also tried to copy the shaping of these flower beds, just made them a little bit different. But yeah, I really like how it turned out. This is a very, very heavy lot for foliage, so please do bear that in mind. As you go in to like load up the lot to like edit it, it takes a while, as well as saving and everything like that. This lot will be not up for download, I know, guys. So the community lots that I'm doing are not up for download, purely for the fact it's going to be in my save file, and I don't want anyone to take credit for my work. I know that's probably going to sound a little bit silly, but I want it to be world exclusive. Let me know if you feel different about it, but that's how I feel about it, and for now that's how it's going to stay. So once the world is released, obviously you'll have access to these lots, but for now that's how it's going to stay. So I'm sorry if you were looking forward to playing with some of the lots that I'm making over, but that's how it's going to be. Excuse me. So everything you've seen now I did in one day, and then there'll be a jump cut shortly, and that'll be, oh my days, I'm really sorry, guys. And that'll be from the next day. So that square bit that I've just done is where there's going to be like some toilets and just places for your Sims to go wash their hands or whatever. Wow, my voice broke. That was classy. And then downstairs, just off to the right, between the bar bit here and the toilet, I put a little dominoes table for your Sims to play with, just so they've got something to do on this lot. And then I also put in, what else have I popped in? So downstairs, there's just some seating areas for your Sims, and there's bookcases, so if your Sims want to read, they can. I try and do a variation of bookcases, because I know there's different books in each bookcase. I think of you guys. And then I also make these, what they called, blinds, a wooden colour. I never ever use the wood colour on them, and I love how it looks. I hope you do too, because yeah, I just really like the aesthetic for this lot. And then just some tables downstairs. I think that's it, other than two other fish, like, what are they called, fish tanks, either side of the door. And I also, wow, that was a click, sorry, I also make this worktop green. I know, guys, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but for this lot, I think it's nice and different, and yeah, I just really like it. I hope you're not like, oh my god, Plumber, what have you done? Let me know what you think in the comments down below, because it is quite a different colour to any of my other stuff, if that makes sense. And then I've popped in these chairs here. They are all at different angles, bar 2, so only 2 are going to be usable. If you want to use this lot and use all bar stools, feel free to edit the lot once you've got the world, and they'll all be usable. I just thought, because there's so many other chairs, that it doesn't really matter that they're going to be at different angles, and it makes it look a bit more like not lived in, but you know what I mean, like used. I do come back downstairs and I do change the colour of them. I didn't like the white. I thought it was too stark and clinical and bright, and I wanted it to be a bit more cozy and more rustic. So yeah, I do come back and I do change those. And I'm about to sneeze, so hold your horse. So I've completely lost my train of thought now, and that was an epic sneeze is all I'm going to say. I don't know if anyone else like has this thing, but when you do a good sneeze, you feel fantastic after. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm just disgusting, who knows, but yeah. So here is the fish tank things that I was on about, and then there is these little seating areas over here. I use these chairs, I don't think I've ever really used them, and I make them a green if I remember correctly. I could be wrong on that. And then I put in some rugs under those seating area. I do get rid of the ones under the chairs. I just thought, if you like were eating and you dropped food onto the rug, that's gonna be disgusting. Like, how can you clean that? You can't sweep it, you can't hoover it, you can't like wash the floors. Well, you can wash the floors, you can just move them, but yeah, that was my brain. And yeah, just putting in some lighting, and here we go with the recolouring. As I said, the chairs are going to go white, but I do come back down after doing the upstairs, or halfway through doing upstairs, and I come downstairs and I change them. And also the chairs are going to be green and orange, and they're going to alternate and sort of like mix matchy, and they're all going to be like, so you know, like when you go into like a cafe and the chairs have been moved around a little bit so they don't all like match, if that makes sense. That was my thought process again, who knows. I made the lamp an orange just so it stands out a little bit, and then just recolouring these little, what they're called, I was gonna say sweets. Why would they even be sweets, guys? Obviously I want some sweets, who knows, but yeah, the plants. And then up here right behind the staircase, I do like the internet part, so there is, I do originally try and put the chairs in, I didn't like it, so I do go back and I put in some desks with computers on. And I did think about putting in the sketch pads which come with university, and I didn't like it. Honestly, this top, like this floor here, did take me a good while. I think off camera I was moving things around, I didn't like it. Like looking at things about like what I could add up here that makes sense, and yeah, so the best I came up with was like an internet area. I also put up here a foosball table, a little seating area that, oh sorry if you heard that bang, I was just dropping my headphones on my keyboard. A little area that they can watch telly, I do believe. Honestly, as I've said in pretty much every build that I've done recently, I built this a while ago, and I probably built this one way before the last two that I recorded. So yeah, I do apologise. I'm I'm really struggling of what lot to do next in Appaloosa Plains, if I'm completely honest with you. I had a look at like the school, and I've had a look at the like other rabbit holes, because they're on such big lots. It just doesn't make sense to me as to why they're on such a big lot, because if I like pack them full of like objects and things like that, it's gonna lag your game so much. I know it's not like CC or store content, but it's still item heavy, so yeah, I'm not really sure what to do. If you've got any ideas or suggestions, please do let me know, because I do really appreciate any feedback I get. And yeah, here's the TV area. I just imagine, like, in real life, if you've got someone in hospital and you've come to see them, but they're like being seen by the doctor currently, so you can't see them, you could come over here, or you go to a cafe, you just get a coffee while you're waiting, and that's what I imagine this to be. So yeah, I was going to put up in a, what they called, like a grand piano, but I didn't like how it looked, so I just popped in some more, even more chess tables. I know there's some outside, but I thought I might as well include them in here as well. So here we go with the recolouring of the like chairs. I think they look so much better being a like this green, like the darker green and the wood. So the green chairs have a darker wood, and then everything else, the sorry, my mind's gone completely blank. The orange chairs have a slightly like lighter wood, and then up here I do a little stage and I just pop a couple of musical instruments, so if your Sims want to come play here, they can. I was thinking about maybe doing the drum set, but the drum set is so obnoxiously loud. Oh, I got rid of the chess tables. Clearly I do. Maybe I didn't. I can't, honestly, as I said, I can't remember. And this is what we've got up here. I really love how it looks. I really, really do. So I hope you do too. Sorry, I'm playing with my keyboard. I really need to stop. And then also out here I put a grill, because why not, people? Why not? I'm actually going to love you and leave you here, because we're very close to the end. And yeah, I've not got much else to say. So yeah, in the comments down below, please let me know what you think and what lot you'd like to see next. So I'll love you and leave you here, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.